And the thing that I've learned with fly tying is just take your time and have fun with it. It doesn't have to be, nothing has to be perfect. It's just it's your art. So keep it personal to you and what you enjoy. I don't think that it's necessary to go and tie everything, you know, everything completely correct. Do what you enjoy. The beautiful Wasatch Mountains of Utah. Lots of rivers, lots of fish. I wish I was there, but I'm not. Maybe tomorrow. Today, I'm in my fish room and we have lots of voids in the terrestrial side of my box. So we're going to start out with a size 14 Gamakatsu hook. I will go over all the materials at the end of the video. And so what I've got here is I've got some 2mm foam, and you can see I've cut strips out. So I'll cut a strip, and then what I'll do is I'll cut a little angle, if you can see that angle, and then I'll cut the, what I call the, the butt of the fly. I'll cut a little angle right there, like that. And then I like to take a lighter and just barely touch the tip of that, just to darken it up just a little bit, so it gives it a little darker head. And then I'll do the same to the back, but just to kind of round those edges off, just to smooth them, look a little more natural. It's just a personal preference, and it's probably not necessary. So I've got a 70 denier olive thread, and I'm going to come back just a little bit, I don't know, a couple millimeters behind the eye, and we're just going to do some touching wraps. We'll take that down to the bend. And so I've got a piece of purple crystal flash here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it like so. I'm going to wrap it around my thread like that. Pull it up to the top. Just kind of keeping tension on it. Keep them straight. I like them to shoot down into the water column. And we will tie this in. I'll go ahead and trim these, get these out of the way. I like to trim about half the length of the hook shank. Okay, so next I've got some Wapsi dubbing wax, and I'm just gonna just wax the thread. Got a little bit of, just a little pinch of purple dubbing. And we're gonna spin up a noodle. And we'll just work our thread back. So next we're going to take our little piece of 2mm foam, and we're going to find our the end that I burnt, which will act as the head. Just kind of place it about center on the hook, and we'll just pinch it. Create just a little more gap here just by capturing just a little more of that foam. And then we'll come under, give it a couple wraps, then we'll come back and work our way to the back. So next I've got some olive centipede legs. I'm going to tie in a couple of loose wraps here. There we go. And we're going to just make a loop. Make sure we got enough legs sticking off the front and the back. And then it's a little difficult. These legs are tiny. And we'll do the same thing on that side. Give it 2 loose wraps so that way we can adjust these legs up to the side. once we have those tied in, I'm gonna just give it a couple wraps, and I'm gonna bring my thread to the back. So I got a little grizzly midge hackle. I'm just gonna tie in the tip of this. Make sure I'm not capturing my legs. I'm gonna bring that back. So to cover our thread wraps, I'm just gonna add just a little pinch of dubbing here, the purple halo again. Okay, so now we're just gonna wrap this. We're gonna dub this forward. Guess I could wind my thread up. I've got it like 6 feet out. Just bring it to the front. Before I spin my hackle, I'm gonna take and I'm gonna pick everything up. I'm gonna bring my thread under. I'm just gonna lock that in. That'll keep that from spinning. And then I'm gonna come back. Get one wrap right there in front. Grab our little legs, make sure our little legs are out of the way, and go ahead and we're gonna wrap this hackle. Now, one thing I want to stress, guys, is, you know, like I've said, I'm a beginner fly tyer, and my opinion is that it's an art. It's your art. You don't have to be correct on every fly you tie. As a matter of fact, I have the most fun when I just grab a bunch of materials and just whip up some flies. But anyway, so I gave that hackle 3 or 4 wraps to the front of the gap, and we're gonna capture the hackle. So then you want to just bring everything back and give that, you know, a final wrap there, and then I'm gonna lift everything up. And I'm going to come under here and give that 3 or 4 wraps. Now we'll take and come in here with our fine point scissors. Trim that hackle stem off. Come in here with my whip finisher. And just get 5. And we're going to do a water test here in just a second. And trim them just a little bit longer than their body. Up here on these front legs. Trim those about right in the middle. So we will take and add just a drop. Dab that with some UV resin. We will take our UV light and we'll cure it. Take it out of the vise. Okay, so let's see how she floats. Got my wife's good china, and we'll drop her in. Boom. You can see how that hook will hang below the film, and the rest of the fly rides on the surface dry. It's just a good buggy pattern with a high hookup ratio. I hope you guys tie this fly up, and I hope you catch some fish. This is Steve from Black Fly, signing out. I will see you guys on the next episode. Take care, everyone.